Hello, so here we are with a hands-on of the ZTE Libra. Now you may not have heard of the ZTE brand, but ZTE are in fact the 5th biggest smartphone manufacturer in the world, and they're huge in Asia, and they're responsible for building a lot of network branded devices, and now they're branching out on their own to produce their own range of handsets. So this is the Libra, currently the mid-range device from the devices they have available in the UK at the moment, and this comes in at around 139 excluding VAT, so about 169 inclusive, and offers a lot of features for the money. Now comparable devices would at least be £100 or so more, so why is this cheap and what's the drawbacks? Well, some of the drawbacks are that some of the specifications aren't right up there at the top end, like some of the competitors. So it hasn't got a dual core processor or what have you. What it's got are components that work and work well and suit a certain niche of the market. If all you do is send a few text messages, browse the web a little bit, send a few emails, make a few telephone calls, and you don't need something that's going to set the world on fire, then this might just be the device for you. So let's take a little closer look at the device itself. So we've got a loudspeaker on the front here. We've got a 3.5 inch capacitive touch screen with a 480 by 800 resolution. Inside we've got a 600 megahertz processor, so that's more than capable of doing all the things you need to do and handling some tasks. Inside we've got a micro SD card slot which comes with a 2GB card as standard. We've then got the SIM card slot, and then we've got the battery which is 1250 milliamp hours, and that will easily get you through 1 day of use, if not a bit more. You've then got a 5 megapixel camera under there with autofocus but no flash. So let's put the back cover back on. It's fairly flush. It's kind of a more goldy sort of gunmetal-y colour. Got the ZTE branding. On the top here we've got a 3.5mm headphone jack and then a power button for switching the device on. On the side we've got a fairly minimal volume rocker. On the bottom we've got the recess removing the back cover and what is a microphone. And then on the other side we've got the micro USB charging port. So that's it. And then on the front we've got the home button, the menu button, the back button, and of course the touchscreen. So let's take a closer look at the software on board. So this is running a plain version of Google Android, Android 2.2. So it's not the latest version, but it's got all the features and functions that you'll want to get you going, and if price is an issue, then this device does offer a lot of value for money. So we've got the applications, we've got things from web browser to the calendar to the camera to your email to your news and weather and your navigation and what have you. So it's got GPS and everything on board, so you can use this within a vehicle. We can press this button here to take us through to the settings menu, just show you some of the key details about the phone. So there you go, ZTE Libra running Android 2.2.2. So where ZTE cut down the costs on here is not by customizing it like the HTC and Samsung devices, and sort of just using more plastics rather than metal, and not putting an awful lot of money into marketing, which you pay for on a lot of other devices. So we can set the languages, and we've got the sort of common languages you'd expect: English, Dutch, loads of English variants, Spanish, French, Italian, Polish, Russian characters there as well. So that's, you can change the languages of the menu. And then we've got keyboard settings, and then we can actually change the input languages here as well. Now unfortunately this doesn't have Arabic on here, which some users may like, but we've got some of the Russian characters here, which will satisfy some of the viewers. So we've got all the standard settings that you would expect from a Google Android device. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and we're connected to Wi-Fi now, so let's go to the web browser and just run a quick test. So there we go. So you've got limited internal memory on this device, but the fact that you've got a micro SD card slot allows you to expand the memory for music and what have you. So heading over to the Clove site, it's picked up our mobile site because we're on a mobile device, but I'm going to head across to the full desktop version to show you what experience you get. So connected over Wi-Fi here, and we can change the orientation of the device to portrait and landscape mode. So it's got 3G on here as well, so if you've got a data plan, you can connect over 3G. Now you can zoom in to what you're viewing by pinch and zoom like this. There you see, or you can use the actual zoom icon buttons here as well. So let's go to a product page. We've got a little bit more text. Now because it's only a 600 MHz processor, at times you will notice a little bit of lag, which can be frustrating, but if you're not in a rush then it shouldn't really matter, whereas a lot of people now want everything done instantly. It's not like there's a long delay, but you notice those split-second differences should you put this next to a more expensive device. So it's a bit difficult on this 3.5-inch screen to clearly read the text, so we can double tap to zoom in and then it automatically renders the text for the display to maximize what we can view, and then that makes it readable. But if you want to zoom in a bit more, you can. So another popular one that people want to see on these videos is YouTube. So let's head over to our YouTube channel. You can see on the keyboard can be used again in portrait and landscape mode. Help if I could spell technology, wouldn't it? And you've got the actual predictive element of the keyboard as well, which helps you when you're typing in a text message and in applications such as the web browser. So let's just go for the first video that's playing here. It's a unboxing in Arabic, but so just increasing the volume there of the loudspeaker, it's not particularly loud in comparison to some other devices, but loud enough to listen. But if you're in a crowded environment, it would be very difficult to hear that. So there again are some of the, I don't want to say cutbacks, but where some cost savings are made to keep the cost of this device down by just using perhaps a speaker that can't amplify the sound quite as much. Let's just take a look here at the phone. So you've got nice big on-screen buttons for typing in a phone number. Come out of that, let's just take a look at the messaging. So we've got text messages here, so we can compose a new message, put in who it's to, and we can type on there. So I've made a few errors there, but it's auto-correcting my spelling. So there we go. So you can see the benefits of this keyboard. Now you might be used to a non-touch screen or even a bigger touch screen, so it might take some getting used to. I'm used to a slightly bigger touch screen, hence some of the difficulties in typing there, but you've got the flexibility through this touch screen. You can get different keyboards through the Android marketplace, which we see a link to there. So this is a full official version of Google Android. You've got your customizable home screens. You can scroll through and set them up in any which way that you like. If you drag down from the top here, you've got your notification bar, which will get display messages and what have you, or any notifications that you've got on the device. So that's a quick hands-on with the ZTE Libra, which is available from clove.co.uk today.